In the last two sections, you read about nationalism in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. In this section, you'll learn about the conflict between nationalists and communists for control of China. Nationalists and communists. In 1921, a group of young radicals founded the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, in Shanghai. Comintern agents advised the new party to join the more experienced Nationalist Party. Sun Yat-sen, the leader of the Nationalist Party, welcomed the cooperation. In 1923, the two parties formed an alliance to oppose the warlords and drive the imperialist powers out of China. For 3 years, the two parties worked together. They trained a revolutionary army to march north and seize control of China. This northern expedition began in the summer of 1926. By the following spring, revolutionary forces had taken control of all of China south of the Yangtze River. Tensions between the two parties eventually caused problems. Sun Yat-sen died in 1925 and was succeeded by Chiang Kai-shek as head of the Nationalist Party. Chiang pretended to support the alliance with the Communists, but in April 1927 he attacked the Communists in Shanghai. Thousands were killed in what was called the Shanghai Massacre. The Communist-Nationalist alliance came to an end. In 1928, Chiang Kai-shek founded a new Chinese republic at Nanjing. During the next 3 years, he worked to reunify China. The Communists in hiding. After the Shanghai Massacre, most of the Communist leaders went into hiding in Shanghai. Some party members fled to the Jingzhi province. The young communist organizer Mao Zedong led them. Mao was convinced that peasants in the countryside instead of the urban working class would lead a Chinese revolution. Chiang Kai-shek tried to force the communists out of hiding in Shanghai. In 1931, most Communist Party leaders were forced to flee to Mao's base in the Jingzhi province. Chiang then turned his forces against Mao's base. Chiang's forces far outnumbered Mao's, but Mao made effective use of guerrilla tactics, using unexpected maneuvers like sabotage and subterfuge to fight the enemy. The Long March. In 1933, Chiang's troops surrounded the communist base in Shaanxi. But Mao's army, the People's Liberation Army, PLA, broke through the nationalist lines and began its famous Long March. Mao's army traveled almost 6,000 miles on foot through mountains, marshes, and deserts. 1 year later, they reached safety in North China. Only 9,000 of the original 90,000 survived the journey. In the course of the Long March, Mao Zedong had become the sole leader of the Chinese Communist Party. The New China of Chiang Kai-shek. In the meantime, Chiang Kai-shek had been trying to build a new nation. He was committed to the plans of Sun Yat-sen, which called for a republican government. First, there would be a transitional period. Chiang announced a period of political tutelage, or training, to prepare the Chinese people for constitutional government. The nationalists also tried to carry out a land reform program and to modernize industry. Creating a new China was not easy, however. Most of the people who lived in the countryside were drained by warfare. The peasants were still very poor, and most of them were illiterate. Chiang Kai-shek was aware of the problem of introducing foreign ideas into a conservative population. He tried to combine modern Western innovations with traditional Confucian values of hard work, obedience, and integrity. He set up a New Life movement. Its goal was to promote traditional Confucian ethics. It also rejected the individualism and material greed that was associated with Western capitalism. Chiang Kai-shek had other problems. His government only had total control over a few provinces in the Changjiang Valley. The Japanese threatened to gain control of northern China. The Great Depression was also having a negative effect on China's economy. But Chiang did have some success. He undertook a huge railroad building program and added to the country's railroad system. He also set up a national bank and improved the educational system. But he was less successful in other areas. His land reform program had little effect. Because wealthy landowners and urban middle class supported him, he did not push for programs that would lead to a redistribution of wealth. A redistribution of wealth is the shifting of wealth from a rich minority to a poor majority. His government was also repressive. Chiang was afraid of communist influence and suppressed all opposition and censored free expression. As a result, he alienated many intellectuals and political moderates.